Welcome to Austin, Texas. League One volleyball. Salt Lake and Omaha squaring off in the first match of a doubleheader. 1 week remaining in the regular season, and the stars have arrived. Jordan Poulter, maybe the best setter in the world, and Lexi Rodriguez, all-time dig leader at Nebraska, bringing the star power inside Strahan Arena. Let's take a look at the standings. Atlanta has clinched the #1 seed and a bye in the playoffs coming up in Louisville. Houston's in a good spot, but they have not yet clinched a bye. Hi, everybody. Thank you for joining us. I'm Anne-Marie Anderson alongside Kevin Long. This is going to be a really fun one. Kevin, yesterday, Omaha snapped a 9-match skid losing streak with a win. What was key?
Susie Fritz, in an ode to a little basketball March Madness, went with the platoon substitute system, had a lot of fresh arms out there instead of the more normal, typical set it, forget it in volleyball. And because of that, really, they came out and Justine Wong-Orantes played lights out defense. She set a tone, covered a lot of court, brought a lot of leadership. Across the way, Jaylee Winters in late. She was fresh, she was rested with that big swing, and then for the match.
It was maybe relief and celebration together. And today, Omaha coming right back, not with a lot of rest. Kubik Banks, 17 kills, 6 digs, 3 blocks yesterday. Winters getting the start off of her performance. As for the other side, Salt Lake City, well, it's going to be the usual stars that you would see. Ronnie Jones-Perry leads this team, Salt Lake team, in points. And she has to be big tonight to get the win. Let's take a look at our Adidas scouting report. Kevin, walk us through it.
All year long, this Omaha team has been pinpoint passing. On the other side, we got Kojima and Poulter, who are the best at their positions. We're missing Haley Washington in the middle. And then the real big decision, right? 9 days since Salt Lake City last played. Is that going to be a little bit rested? Is that going to be a little bit rusted? We'll see here in the first 5 points of the match.
Well, first point goes to Omaha as they're running their offense. This is a fantastic passing team that you've talked about, so they can stay in system and run their middles. And Sammy Francis serving, a new addition. She's still a student at Stanford, came in to help out with some injury players. Haiti Casanova brings heat. Ronnie Jones-Perry will get a swing. And that's how she likes it. Big swings always from her.
Consistently good all year long, has been a prolific workhorse. Hits for good percentages. You talked about the points. #2 as an outside hitter in kills, #3 in blocks.
Serve goes to Winters, and they will want to make her pass as many balls as possible.
And I think one of the interesting things, right, is some players are better off the bench, right? A little less pressure. You come in towards the latter part of the game, and Susie Fritz now shifting that up, and so now instead of the game changer, she's going to be the game starter.
To the middle, Serena Gray makes her presence known. So important, Kevin, with Haley Washington out, that Salt Lake's middles can get some work in.
Yeah, and with Serena Gray here to get more up and down one balls instead of the Haley Washington prototype slides.
Little tape ace by Poulter. Drops in front of Winters. Those are so frustrating as a passer. You're like, oh man, change trajectory. And they are indeed keeping the ball on Winters. Look for it all match long. Drevniak.
How good was she last night? Right, just prolific offense. Made smart decisions when she had a good attempt, a good opportunity. She was aggressive. Otherwise, she kept in play.
Yeah, Drevniak had 21 kills and 16 digs last night. Haiti Casanova shut down by Kubik Banks.
Another one of those players. It's almost like 4 Omaha players all decided to have their best match of the season last night, and Kubik Banks one of those as well.
Absolutely, and Susie Fritz was here for it. I mean, she was very happy last night that everything came together. It's a 9-match losing streak.
And this is where I think the biggest room for improvement for this Omaha team is. They're not a huge team. They're not a big blocking team. They're great offense. They can put a little more pressure from behind the service line. I think it'll go a long way.
Omaha leading 5-3 with Winter's serve. Outside again to Ronnie Jones-Perry. Again, off the block.
Her arm swing is so fast. It's like a mousetrap, right? You like pull the springs back, you lock it in, and then put a little cheese.
And then let it flow, put a little cheese. Her serve also heavy. Wong-orantes slides under it. Wow, what an up from Kojima. Ball ricochet, the vision of Manami Kojima from Japan.
Yeah, big swing, one-on-one opportunity. Love the hustle, Justine Wong-orantes. And on the other side, you're not going to see this very often. Danny Drew's an outside hitter, a lefty on the left side, very rare.
More heat from Ronnie Jones-Perry. A little tenderness from Haiti Casanova.
Hey, it's crazy to think she's only 26 years old, but it seems like she's been playing professionally all her life, right? This is someone who defected from Cuba and has been playing at a high level for a long time.
She has played on 4 different continents. She has gotten around the world.
And on the other side of that token, grew up in Missouri, played in Missouri. A lot of people didn't make mention of Emily Thader, but she has turned a lot of heads in this season.
She certainly has. We're locked up at 6-6 in set number 1. With Thader in the backcourt, that brings Sammy Francis in to the front.
Sammy Francis, one of the youngest middles in the league, versus Tori Dixon, who's one of the more experienced middles.
That's the right way to say that, Kevin. Right? Tori will appreciate that. And there it is, Tori just reading it. There she comes again, and Francis dives into it.
Right, and you can see the length, the height differential going Francis' way. That's going to be a fun matchup throughout the night. The first one, Dixon actually did a pretty good job of softening the block, but Francis just too big on that one.
7 apiece as Laura Dykema, last night's player of the match, goes back to serve. Dykema set a new single match assist record that previously was held by Salt Lake setter Jordan Poulter. Dykema last night, 62 assists in the win. There's your lefty on the left side. Back out again, trying to find that center spot. Third swing for Danny Drews in this rally, and this time turning it down the line wide.
This Salt Lake City team, number 17, their destinies and their successes this year are going to be fully aligned. She is the X factor for Salt Lake City.
Danny Drews, okay. 8 serving 7. Dykema, Ronnie Jones-Perry. Oh, that's a lot of heat from Haiti Casanova. What makes her such a good attacker?
I think she hits a heavy ball, and it's not always with a perfect topspin. That's a perfect example, right? Like, these liberos are so good at the true topspin balls. You get a little float, a little wiggle in it, it's much harder to dig.
Double substitution as Tommy Matsui setting, and Skylar Fields on the right side brings a big block.
I'm really surprised that Salt Lake is going with the 6-2 instead of the 5-1, and on the other side, Omaha sticking with the 5-1, where they were the ones who went with the 6-2 early in the year.
Yeah, but personnel and injuries for Omaha, it's been rough. Susie Fritz has had to be creative. Stiveren's not available today. Herrera out for the rest of the season.
Really good swing by Fields on the outside. Typically, we'll see her more on the right side in love. Dykema so smooth at the very end. I love the patience of this swing after the Manami dig.
Winters doing just fine passing. And that's what Drebniak does well to make it 10-9 Omaha.
And remember, in last night's match, early in the match, she hit a lot of line, set that offense up, looking one way, hitting the other, and then slowly stayed one step ahead of the block.
Francis's serve on Danny Drews. Both opposites for Salt Lake are big, powerful, and strong. That was Skylar Fields to even it back up at 10.
So much fun to see her. All that power, but yet she still looks like she just floats in the air on her jump.
Yeah, it's amazing. She gets up there too. Serena Gray a little late and pays for it.
You know, in Omaha, if you look at what they do well, they run a good offense, and the reason why they pass well, they've got equal options, middle, left, right, and they've really run a balanced, diversified offense that you can't key in on any player.
Dykema has to go outside to Winters. A 2-point lead for Omaha, 12-10. That will be our first timeout and also the largest lead of this match. Plenty of style and off the court and power on it.
You're so beautifully. Does that mean you forgive me?
I'll try. I mean, you were only, what was it, 2 hours late?
About 1 and 45 minutes.
It's okay. I've already told Dad. You don't have to worry about it.
Oh my gosh, you didn't tell him.
You said forgive you. You didn't say don't tell anyone. So, pick one.
Okay, baby, let's go. You're done.
It's time to hoop anyways.
Yeah, not yet. I love you. So get them.
Wow, what a rally. This is the kind of volleyball that we expect to see and love.
It's a ripper.
What a finish.
League One Volleyball is presented by Adidas and by Love Finals, where the first League One Volleyball champion will be crowned. Join us April 10th, 11th, and 13th at the KFC Yum Center in Louisville. Tickets are now on sale. Go to LOVBfinals.com for more details. Jordan Poulter representing League One Volleyball at South by Southwest, the Austin Staple, talking at the female quotient to discuss maintaining a champion's mindset, and she certainly would know. "12 serving 10 out of the break. Omaha on the lead. Oh, she's up over. That's ridiculous.
And what's great about it is she's up over with the jump, but then she swings deep, right? So instead of driving it back down into the block, that's nearly unstoppable.
Yeah. Double sub again. Casanova comes in, the opposite, Poulter setting. That certainly gives people something to think about. It's over and good. Options available. Kojima slides in with a pancake. Jaylee Winters making it work. Ronnie Jones-Perry screaming for the ball. This is Libero heaven right here. Shut down by Gray Casanova.
Kojima, best libero of 2024 VNL, right? And showing you why. She's balanced. She's not on her heels. She can go forward. She can go side to side. On the other side, Justine Wong-Orantes dialed up and dialed in as well.
the block and out. Point will be Salt Lake's. And Susie Fritz had a conversation, maybe thinking about challenging.
I think she was talked out of it by the ref.
I think she was. Christian is this ref, and he's like, I saw it. Drews, you mentioned how she goes as the X factor. That's a beautiful attack from the back.
Yeah, she just brings so much joy. She's got this big personality, so when she's playing well, she's out on the court. Everyone else is a little looser, everyone else a little bit more confident.
It's a 4-point run by Salt Lake. Omaha was leading 12-10. Now Salt Lake leading 14-12. Jaylee Winters, that had some funk, right? She was going one way, did something different with her hand.
Yeah, that shot was like from the north.
Yeah,
right now, up high, a little snowy, and
a little, yeah, a little Gumby-ish.
Over the wall.
Perhaps, yeah.
Winter is coming.
Oh, so I see what you did there. Kubik Banks up front with Winters in the back. Ball long, and we're tied up again at 14.
You know, in Omaha last night broke a long losing streak, right? So tonight, I'll tell you, they probably wanted even more, right? When you start winning after that lot of losses, it gets a little addictive, a little bit intoxicating.
Yeah, it had been 9 consecutive losses, and their warm-up today looked like a dance party. They were all so happy and smiling. Kojima picks the ball up. Who follows her?
Man.
Yes.
Oh, man.
Danny Drews playing with a smile on her face after getting that. Very smart by Drevniak. Manami Kojima, track shoes on.
Such a beautiful game, right? The flow of the players, the pursuit, the athleticism. You talked about the smiles. Mastery, absolute mastery on the court.
She is always smiles, and it's one of those moments where there was nobody near her, and then I think Danny Drews was like, oh, she got it up, I gotta hustle. Kaboom from Gray in the middle.
Right, and you got that free-flowing energy on the very next play. You got this ballistic power smash.
Ronnie Jones, Perry, will she deliver heavy heat? She does. And it's an ace for RJP. 60 miles an hour.
This is a hard passing crew to get an ace at. I think usually Kubik Banks takes that ball. She thought it was out of bounds.
Yeah, 60-mile-an-hour serve on that one. And then a tape ace. Ronnie Jones Perry had some good karma going on.
She got good karma, but she's got an inconsistent toss. Right? First one was perfect, got on top of it. That last one, she got lucky.
As Salt Lake takes the lead, Susie Fritz calls an Omaha timeout. I mentioned that Laura Dykema had a big night last night. Single match assists record of 62 assists. What impressed you about her performance?
Did a really good job balancing the offense, went to a lot of things, and brought a lot of leadership, and we don't get to see her right here.
She's kind of hidden.
Hidden back left. There you see a little glimpse of her.
Yeah, there she is.
She, after 14 years, leading the Dutch national team Olympic Games along the way as well. She announced her retirement just 2 days ago. Emotional press conference, Instagram around the world, and a lot of people were making comments and tributes to her. Obviously, she'll still play with love, but hanging up her international cap.
Well, that's just an example of the incredible international talent that League One volleyball has on the floor. Drevniak, Manami Kojima, Heidi Casanova, also all international players. Emily Thader's serve. Great pass by Ronnie Jones Perry. And in fact, that ball is good. Susie Fritz again looking at the officials, and they were kind of celebrating.
Yeah, some hitters are wrist hitters, some hitters shoulder hitters. Casanova, big shoulder. She has got a cannon.
Serena Gray, every serve is so challenging. Maddie Kubik puts it away. And you know, they're going after Julie Winters really hard on serve receive, and she's holding steady.
Yeah, you know when you walk on that court and you're surrounded by Justine Wong-orantes, Jordan Larson, Kubik Banks, you know you're going to get it targeted.
Outside again. Kojima picks up the cover. Ball sent wide. I said Kojima, I meant Justine Wong-orantes, sorry. It's just, I'm so impressed by the reactions of these two Libros, as you mentioned, best in the world, right?
Yep.
Justine Wong-orantes, Olympic Games, best Libro. Manami Kojima, Volleyball Nations League, best Libro.
You know, I was having an interesting conversation with Lexi and Justine, and we were talking about heights of Liberos. And for a while there, Lexi said when she was in high school and a little bit earlier, middle school, people were talking about how Liberos were starting to get taller, 5'9s, 5'10s, 5'11s. She's like, I don't know if I'm going to get frozen out of the position, but you're seeing it across our league. Doesn't matter what height you are.
Yeah, I agree. For a while, it was like, oh, you got to be tall to be able to reach high, to get stuff. It's dispelled all over this league. Casanova underneath picking up that cover. Soft. Francis trying to hold it together, but there's the experience of Tori Dixon.
That's that matchup. What's so great about volleyball is you do these spins of the dials, the rotations, and the same two people will see each other in the front row for 3 rotations. And right now, that's Francis on the one side, who got the first big block, and then on this last one, Dixon with the equalizer.
Salt Lake, the first team to 20, with Danny Drews serving. Jordan Poulter is front court. Drevniak. Everybody knows it's going to go to Winters. Block is over there waiting. Kojima picks up the tip. And then blasting off the block is RJP, Ronnie Jones-Perry. Had a good little chat with Ronnie Jones-Perry today saying, like, where have you improved, do you think, over the years? She goes, I have this to improve upon this. She wasn't going to say for 1 second where she got better. She named every skill and said, I need to be better at this, this, and this.
Really that throwback blue-collar mentality. It reminds me of the Karch Karais of the world, or the Bob Stavertliks of the world, people who just were the toughest players on their team.
Hey, watch the team, guys. Somebody team with everyone. So, really good. Like, like this, 2 hands with this, heading for you. Right, come for her.
Salt Lake +3 in this first set. And they know exactly how dangerous Omaha can be. Omaha came from behind yesterday a couple of times in that match to push it to 5 and then eventually take the winner. Winters, a little bit of trouble. Beautiful block. Dixon and Ronnie Jones-Perry to the back line.
And Tori Dixon has been very quiet the last 2 matches, only 1 kill apiece, and already she's got more blocks than she did kills in the last 2 matches.
She's fun to watch. Ball is good. Connection with Francis. Kevin, that's one of the things that Susie Fritz was telling Dykemites. You need to get Francis higher in that. Don't waste all that height.
Yeah, as a coach, even the youngest ages, you can be fast but also high, right? That's the hardest set to hit, fast and high.
going for fingers was Ronnie Jones-Perry.
And early on, she's had some very questionable decisions in these out-of-system plays. We're not even close to the block on that. There's a lot of different choices you can make, and we've seen it from some of these hitters. Drevniak hitting a lot of tips. Skylar Fields just getting over the top and hitting deep corners.
I mean, I think part of this review is just slowing things down a little bit. Score is 22-20. Salt Lake's favor. Here's the crowd. Gonna go crazy for Lexi Rodriguez substituting in. She's an absolute star.
In a pressure situation here right now.
Yeah. Makes Ronnie Jones-Perry pass the first ball. Recycled in, intentionally into the block so they could swing again. Winters gets it off hands, and Omaha now within one.
And the question is, does Tama Miyashiro, I think she should be bringing back the 6-2. She stuck with the 5-1 on this last run through. But wouldn't it be nice to have Skylar Fields in the front row right now for you?
I'm watching Jordan Poulter give him a look to fade her up and down. She is front court. Poulter is. Block closing things down. Haiti Casanova off the block and out as Salt Lake puts the lead again to 2.
Difficulty level off the charts on that one. That high set coming from way off the net. You have no vision of the block. Sometimes that's a feel thing.
As Tori Dixon serves, look for her to try to target Jaylee Winters. She does, and Winters nails the pass and the kill.
Yeah, and sometimes it's good where the person you've been going to all match long who's dialed in, maybe give one over to Kubik Banks at this point in time.
Hitting on the outside of the block. Dykema goes to Jaylee Winters. Again, no touch. Point Omaha. We're locked at 23.
We're tied at 23.
23 all. And this final timeout.
Salt Lake had a lead. They were in control. They were doing great things, playing amazing court defense.
Yep, Manami Kojima just everywhere. Looking at her in action.
Really starts very much in the center of the court, then works her way to the outside, always moving, always reacting, filling space. So unimposing in a lot of ways, right?
Yeah.
But yet, here she is dominating the backcourt.
Yeah, she owns the space. 7 digs already in this first set.
Wow.
That's a big number.
Now this serve should go at Ronnie Jones-Perry. And it's a tough spot. Do you go Casanova out of the back row? Do you have only 2 attackers in the front row? The set should probably go out to Ronnie Jones-Perry as well.
Yeah, and they have been going after her, Drevniak. Danny Drews gets a hold of it. Good reaction from Jaylee Winters. And it's Haiti Casanova again with power.
Yeah, Casanova has taken some really tough swings here late in this set. Not easy to do. That's why the opposites get paid the big bucks, because they got to take those swings that no one else wants to take.
Set point, Salt Lake. Fader. Delay satisfaction, and we will go extra points at 24.
And Jaylee Winters is feeling it on the pass. On that last play, she actually poached and went in front of Kubik Banks and said, you know, I'm feeling so good, I'm going to take some of your balls too.
Winters played her collegiate career at Creighton. What a dig by Justine wong-orantes. Can they convert? They do. And it's Omaha set point.
Justine just getting in the splash zone, the impact zone. And on the other side, I don't know if I've seen Kojima miss one quite like that.
She's human, right? Like we were wondering, right? So now she's proven she's actually human here as a pass. This is for the set. Ronnie Jones parry, blocked and off Casanova's hand. Omaha takes set number 1. So many big plays for Omaha. A lot of defense coming their way as well. Justine Wong-Orantes holding it down with 5 digs in the backcourt.
If you want to see my little special vision board, I'm pretty big on knowing what I want for my future and manifesting it and law of attraction. I always love this first part of the season when you get to know your new teammates. I'm really, really lucky and happy that I'm here in Omaha. I'm just looking forward to write history with this amazing woman by my side. I really am honored to be part of something so big.
Back home on the farm in Germany, this is Darius, her horse, 2 months older than her. The family jokes that it's her older brother.
So much fun, Drevniak. Meanwhile, I'm surprised that she's talking while driving because she said that was one of her biggest transitions. U.S. driving. People were telling her it's just different playing volleyball in Nebraska. She didn't know what it meant until she went to a Wisconsin-Nebraska game. And she got it. Omaha starts off strong.
I don't know if it's too late, but Kubik Banks making a big push to be an icon, a love icon late in this season. She's been playing fabulously.
Yeah, there is voting for the Love Icon up until April 1st. You can find it on the website. Vote for your favorite player, not just on the court, but person as well. Casanova gets a hold of it but can't be contained.
I was surprised. I was looking through the stats for defense for opposites, and Casanova near the top. She just plays, I wouldn't say like cat-like defense, but she's in the right place at the right time a lot of times.
She looks efficient, right? Like there's never a scramble or a panic. She just happens to be there, but it's all by design. Oh my, 2 big blocks. It's still in play. Salt Lake's been running today. Setting Francis tall enough, high enough. And then it's Tori Dixon. Using the back third of the court.
Ron Jones Perry struggling a little bit, right? Had 4 swings on that play to get 1 point, couldn't quite get it down. This team really needs her. She's the rock of this team, has been so steady, so consistent.
Yeah, if they don't have her, they have Claire Hoffman, who's come in at times, Maddie Haynes, who has come in at times.
It's amazing the difference one win can do, right?
Yeah.
This is a Nebraska team, an Omaha team now. There's hope. You talked about they feel confident that they can close out sets.
Yeah, because they were behind late after 20 in that set. We saw the same thing last night, and they came back. Ball is good.
And Serena Gray just found some sort of space against a 3-person block. There's not many times that a middle's going to have to face 3 blockers.
Third kill for Serena Gray on 5 swings. She's been effective. Poulter sitting in it. Jaylee Winter slows her approach to get the timing just right.
Yeah, the timing was all wrong. She
Yeah.
came in way too early and then just froze. Because of her approach, the block actually got faked out. They went up early on the way down.
Yeah.
She took a swing.
Don't know that that was by design, but it worked. Sammy Francis is serving. That's the 2nd ace she has in this match.
You think about the advantage she has, the trajectory, right? She's contacting the ball from so high, hitting down at the court.
Going back to Casanova, and the block is there. Fader reading it all the way.
This Omaha team started this season on fire, right? And a big part of it, no one had thought that this would be a great blocking team, but they were doing a really good job blocking, and now they're finding it here late in the season.
Yeah, again, I mentioned they have so many changes in the middle. Omaha did with Herrera, then Stivrins went from opposite into the middle. They left the 6-2. Stivrins not available. Ronnie Jones Perry back to serve. A 60-mile-an-hour serve in her last go-around. Jaylee Winters off hands. Kevin, what I'm seeing from Omaha is the places where they used to get discombobulated, right? They now are composed. Like, that wasn't a good pass, but chased it down. There's more composure than we saw in the middle of that losing streak. Kaboom from Winters.
I mean, we did a broadcast with Omaha 9 days ago, and that swing, those last 3 swings would have all been blocked down or hit out of bounds, right? I think there's been a lot of rest. There's been some healing going on, and Susie Fritz saying this is the healthiest we've been since the beginning of the season. You know you're feeling it when after the end of the block you keep the hands up high like Emily Fader did just here. It's a little bit of a non-confrontational celebration.
She wants to give the photographers time to take pictures of that beautiful moment. Timeout, Salt Lake. Omaha, 6-point lead. We will step away while these teams talk it over. Vote for your favorite player, not just on the court, but off the court as well. Love icons, highlight players who are helping to grow the sport of volleyball and inspiring the next generations. Go to LOVB.com and make sure you cast your vote by April 1st. Enter the sweepstakes, and one lucky fan and 3 of their besties will be able to attend the Love Finals in Louisville. Meanwhile, Jaylee Winters, we knew she'd be receiving serve, and they have gone after her.
And steady, right? You can see it in her face. She's relaxed. She's confident on the outside swing. And this one, so confident, she actually steps in front of Kubik Banks to take that ball.
Yeah, Kubik Banks, one of the best passers on the team. But, you know, there's also this side of players that find a rhythm from passing and then hitting. And last night, they were squeezing Jaylee out, and all she had to do was hit. But right now, she's looking really smooth.
It's a vibe thing, right? Confidence is such a vibe thing, and they've got it here tonight.
Casanova, no good. A 7-point lead.
Drevniak had a really interesting reaction there. That is the kind of swing that can take your head off. She just looks like she's thanking her lucky stars. She's able to duck out of the way.
Serving into the traffic. And this problem, Salt Lake looking completely off their game. That ball is out, and Thader is asking for a challenge.
Right, one of the keys to the match was this 9 days off for Salt Lake. Is it going to be really good rest, or is it going to bring some rust? And early on in this match, it's been looking pretty rusty.
So Thader felt like she got a touch on this.
You'd think there'd be a little spin the other way. No,
yeah.
The spin.
Now again, it has to be conclusive. Oh, I don't know, that pointer finger. And so our official says, nope. Laura Dykema trying to talk to our official, saying it hit the index finger. Remember, the original call was out, and so unless it is conclusive, that's the way it will stay. But I believe our official, Christian, said it was conclusively no touch. That one catches her high. Can Salt Lake convert on the free ball? Starts with a good pass. Drew's asking for it outside. It's just unforced errors.
It is. That was the difference in the first set. And the crazy thing is Salt Lake is making unforced errors in good passes, good situations. Those should be 80% down, 90% down.
Yeah, 7 attack errors for Salt Lake to Omaha's 2.
And I like this move. We're going back to the 6-2. And here's the dilemma if you're the Tama Miyashiro, right? You've got the best setter in the world.
Yeah.
Jordan Poulter's out there. But if you don't have the right personnel, if you don't have an offensive threat in the back row when she's up there, you kind of have to think through your options.
Tamaki Matsui will set, and Skylar Fields in on the opposite. Thader. No one. It'll be interesting to see. We saw Skylar Fields, pardon the pun, skying when she was in that last time, super high. Will they go to her again and again? A little bit of space in the seam of that block.
Yeah, some names were just meant for volleyball glory, and Skylar Fields one of those names.
True. Skylar Fields outside, up and over.
She's making it look so easy, right? So easy. Not hitting it super hard, being really patient.
Yeah, and that one she's hitting from the left side, which was her position in college at USC, and before that, Texas.
Yeah, a lot of people talking about how Brad Keller able to get her away from Texas because he said, hey, like, This field is yours on the left side. This is your whole field. Plant some seeds.
Yeah, she was fun. First touch, Minami Kojima will send it over. Francis passing the first ball. She overpassed. You got the best libero in the world behind you. Let her take it. Pancakes, swing Skylar. What a set, and sitting in it. Omaha outlasting Salt Lake.
And there it is again, Ronnie Jones-Perry. A great rally, both sides, and she's just forcing the issue on these situations where she's got to be a little bit more patient.
Laura Dykema. Dixon asking for it a little bit low. That one, just right.
World traveler, played in China, Azerbaijan, Turkey, Italy. It's an exotic travel. That sounds like your summer itinerary.
Yeah, the Volleyball Nations League. Tori is 32 years old.
Minnesota Hall of Famer.
Kubik Banks, big block, trying to get hands, does not.
You talked about the referee a few times tonight. We talk about confidence in players. He's a confident referee. I don't know if I bring up the challenge very much, right?
I agree.
The way he's blowing the whistle, he just looks very sure of himself.
Yeah, I was watching him last night. He was in Chicago the last 2 nights calling matches. He calls matches every day of the week, it seems like. And so he's just highly experienced. And as you said, just confident and calm. Played collegiate volleyball at Loyola Chicago. He did. Ace serve from Kubik Banks. And they jumped out at the start of the second set. And Salt Lake City has not been able to close the gap. Only to 5 points were they able to get it. Skylar Fields, something different. Block is big. That's a very big block, and that's trouble. Danny Drew is able to get Sammy Francis to take it down with her.
I like this team using more bigs, right? They've been struggling a little bit on the left side, but you can keep your outside hitters involved in the back row with that low middle set. Both Drews and Perry hit that pretty well.
And that has been a focus of Tama Miyashiro, saying they're trying to work the BIC in more. Drevniak off the block and good, leads back up to 6.
She has hit every shot here tonight. She started off down the line. She's hit some hard angle, seen some off-speed tips in front of Kojima, and then high hands.
You've talked a lot about her being an X factor at times for Omaha. Now Jaylee Winters, perhaps. There's so much happening. Casanova, half-hearted attempt saying there was a touch. There was not.
Yeah, and right now, Salt Lake City, they're going kills and errors. Kills and errors. And what you want to be, the top teams, you want to do kills and zeros. Kills and zeros.
Francis' serve has caused problems. And there was a net violation. Jaylee Winter saying that was me. Kind of holding our breath for Ronnie Jones-Perry. When her serve is good and her toss is good, good things happen. Oh, off Serena Gray's head, and that was hilarious. She looks over as Jaylee Winter's saying sorry. She goes, "You didn't hit that hard." Okay, that's funny. Don't let her have the satisfaction, Serena. Don't touch it, don't rub it, don't acknowledge it. We know you got a headache. Poulter trying to find who's going to be your hot hitter. Back to your point of the bigs.
Yeah, the pick is the big unlock, right? And I think you're seeing it across the international playing field. Right, it used to be who could hit the D-ball. There's only so many in the world that hit it at high level. Now you start running the bic more and you got a few more chances.
Gray picking that ball up. Omaha is saying the ball was down. Jaylee Winters gonna perhaps put it down.
We were blocked by the referee stand, but I'll tell you what, Serena Gray as a middle blocker, if she was even close to that ball, you got to give her credit for that, because middle blockers are not supposed to make reads like that and make plays like that.
Well, and that's the thing, and that's who you want to hit at, right?
Right.
Like we always talk about it, like there's no libero on the floor, go after the middle, and that was a little bit maybe insulting for Serena. She's like, I can play. Too many chances given. Tori Dixon in the middle. Lead is 4. It's really cut from 7.
Yeah, for the first time, Jaylee Winters having a couple of struggles.
Yeah.
A couple of bad passes, a couple of hits out. He's been playing lights out, unconscious all match long.
So one of the things Susie Fritz said is that they have the green light to kind of scoot Winters over, so watch if they move on this toss. They do not. They're going to let her keep sitting in it right now. But Scooby Banks not having the smoothest passing right now. Connection error.
We talk about how you get more offense with the 6'2", but you lose some of the flow, right? And Jordan Poulter, you can see it. She's just not in the flow right now. Not making the best decisions right now.
Lexi Rodriguez coming in again to serve and play defense. And so you've got both Justine Wong-Orantes and Lexi Rodriguez in the backcourt, the all-time greats from Nebraska. Go Dykema. Kubik Banks. What's the key to hitting high hands?
You got to get underneath the ball a little bit, right? If you stay behind the ball, it's out in front, there's no trajectory, but that time you get a little closer to the net, you look up at it a little bit more, and aim for the rafters.
Rodriguez again. Danny Drew's heat, but Justine Wong-Orantes underneath it. If you're going to hit a ball, you got to stay away from the left side of Omaha's court. Fader uses the block to her advantage. 7-point lead again, and that's enough for Tama Miyashiro as she calls a timeout.
Fader has had a monster season. 3rd in kills, 6th in blocks for the year for all middles, and number 5 for aces.
Let's listen in at Salt Lake.
Work those edges, yes,
Tama Miyashiro saying work those edges. Don't know if she's talking about serving or attacking, but either way, it's always a good idea. They've had trouble since the very beginning. The lead has been back up to 7. It's been between 7 and they got it down to 4, but nothing closer than that.
And you can see Jordan Poulter's facial reaction right now. She's not one that mails it in. She's not one that loves losing, and this is painful for her right now.
Dixon clobbers the ball.
Right, and this team, we talked about it from the very beginning. Haley Washington, you miss her for her stats, you miss her for all the things she does on the court, but it's also the other things, all the intangibles, the leadership.
Yep, the fire. Fader hesitating in the air long enough to take a picture. The slide for Omaha has been a huge part of their offense. There's a look at Haley Washington.
Yeah, she's writing to herself, note, stop Emily Thader.
Yeah. But both Thader and Drevniak, great slide hitters. Even though one's a middle and the other's an oppo.
Hey, the way that Skylar Fields has come out and played, I think if I'm Tom Minichiro and I'm not able to pull this off in the second set, I think I might go Poulter and Skylar Fields opposite her instead of Casanova.
It's a great point. We'll see if she makes that change. Sammy Francis, heavy. It'll come back in. Here's a free ball. Going to the slide, and Ryan Jones-Perry reaches over and clamps.
Really good block, and Thader's been beating Quick and Francis as well, and that time Ronnie Jones-Perry actually jumped before the set almost happened, and she was ready.
Lexi Rodriguez pass. Matsui to Fields. I agree with you. Skylar Fields looking really strong. Fields has 5 kills on 10 swings and no errors.
And Tama talking about Skylar said, people forget she's just in her second year as a professional, right?
Yeah.
She's building confidence every week.
Drevniak from the backcourt, denied.
Dixon is so good.
She is.
She's so good. She's just in the right place.
This time, Omaha is going to take the timeout as Salt Lake shrunk this lead to 3. Omaha has been taking care of business at the net, and that's how they changed the tide. They have 7 blocks today.
And they don't have any large, intimidating blockers, but what they've done is they've gone shoulder to shoulder, very textbook. They're working hard left to right, middle's pushing, getting to the place, and I think the biggest thing is knowing the tendencies and knowing who Poulter wants to set before each play. That's about one of the longest block packages we've done all year long, because that's the most blocks that we've seen in a long time.
Indeed, 4 of those Salt Lake blocks coming in this set alone. So you've got fantastic passing core for Omaha here. Kubik Banks, Rodriguez, and wong-orantes. Kojima everywhere. Again and again, Fields feed her all day.
And you can see the frustration the block's having, because they're not even in the same zip code, right? They're
Right.
down low, and Skylar Fields is way up high.
Which is amazing. I mean, Sammy Francis is a really tall block. Yep, that's Fields again. Ronnie Jones-Perry screaming for it. She'll get it. And what a turnaround for Salt Lake. They brought it all the way back to within 1.
And remember that play. That is Ronnie Jones-Perry best swing out of system, right? She hit high hand. She got it calibrated.
Omaha going to make some changes, one that we've seen before. They're bringing a little more length on the block with Adriana Fitzmaurice, another Stanford grad, in the front, and Gabby Blossom setting. So you got Stanford hip to hip on this side. Free ball. Go Skylar Fields again. No. Fields is out of her mind.
Yeah, we talk about penetration being the key to blocking. She was so far off and over the net. She took away all the light. Take a look at that on the far side of your screen. Pushing way over.
What a turnaround and grit from Salt Lake, tied at 22 apiece.
That's a great idea, but we'll try it. You know what I mean? Why not? Let us
And for Susie Fritz, this is a tough spot, right? You just pushed a button. You just put in Gabby Blossom as well as your opposite. And it hasn't worked. Do you put it back in? Do you switch it off? Because the tempo has been very different in the last two Gabby Blossom sets to the outside for Kubik Banks have not been what she was expecting.
You read my mind. She's just much quicker there. At the same time, though, you're trying to get the best blocker you can have there in Adriana Fitzmaurice on the right.
Offense first for me.
Interesting that they said her she's brought in for defense. Fields again. Strength. I don't know, where do you go? Because this block is devastating. Somehow, Kubik Banks gets through it.
And I think that's the adjustment. The first few swings she's been trying to go at Skylar Fields.
Bad idea.
This last one, she said, okay, I'm going to go over towards Dixon in the angle.
Double sub again as Drevniak's up front, Laura Dykema in. 2 points to go for Omaha as they try to take a 2-0 lead. Begging for it, Drevniak, off hands and good. It is set point Omaha.
Set point, Omaha. Come on, fans.
I'm with you. The pass is good. Sets Skylar Fields. She's had a lot of success since being inserted in. But the pass is not great. Lexi Rodriguez. From the backcourt, Danny Drew, so explosive on the pick.
Lexi put in a tough serve, making some good defensive moves in the back. And then I just really love this decision at the very end from Matsui to go up the middle to the Bick.
Set point number 2 for Omaha. Shut down by RJP. Again, we will go extra points.
Ronnie Joan Perry came out of nowhere. She was late to the party. She was stuck in the middle and flew in. Really good close.
wong-orantes takes a look across the net. Ball is good. And it'll be the 3rd set point for Omaha. Jaylee Winters re-entering up front. Drevniak's been absolutely screaming for the ball.
Love that.
Pass is good. Fields.
Smart shot.
Little ball. There's some good decisions.
Smart shot. And it's so hard when you're someone who's such a hard worker like Ronnie Jones Perry is to do less. To try something that's less ambitious. To do something easier, but yet that was a really good play.
Poulter and Casanova back in. Lots of traffic on the right side of the court for Omaha, but they've got Jaylee Winters down the line. That's where she goes. That's a great connection, and that's the experience of Laura Dykema.
And that was the high set that Francis needs on a really tough pass tight to the net.
Set point number 4, Omaha. Ronnie Jones Perry, great move by Drevniak with the set. Not good.
You know that kills Ronnie Jones Perry inside when she doesn't take an aggressive swing, but it's building trust and knowing that your team's got your back and that you got to live to play another day.
Now we're locked at 26. Do you go full rip it here, or are you just trying to keep it in?
No, she's going to swing at it.
What a set. The experience of Laura Dykema with these last 2 sets.
Yeah, her hands are in such a weird position. You're not supposed to be able to get good location out of that. Just turning lemons into lemonade on the last 2 plays.
Here comes that sub. Again, there is no setter on the court. They're bringing Fitzmaurice in to block the ball. That means Justine Wong-Orantes will set, and it is set point number 5 for Omaha. Heavy. Fader.
And that
went the wrong way.
was the best connection with Drews on the outside. She's a lefty, so you have to go a little bit further to the pin, but the last couple, Poulter went too far. That time she calibrated in, and really good connection.
Danny Drews is always smiling, and she reminds me of, like, don't mistake my kindness for weakness. Like, she's a killer when she swings. It's a break. Salt Lake has fought off 5 Omaha set points after being down by 7 much of this set. Here's set point number 6. Slowed down. Kubik Banks. Kojima's going to pick up any tip. And Danny Drews will put it down.
And Poulter just went over to Kojima and gave her the biggest hug ever. The on-court celebration just saved that set. That was swinging for set. That was going down. And out of nowhere.
Danny Drews has 4 kills in this set. Off hands, Jaylee Winters, important dig. They're going to go back out again to Danny Drews. It goes on the outside of the block, and it is set point Salt Lake.
Yeah, that's a mismatch on the outside. You can see Dykema trying to do some trickery, jumping into the angle, but really tough matchup for her. Kubik Banks on the outside. You've got Fader running the slide behind. I think Fader's your best option, right? She's been nearly unstoppable.
Yep. I agree, but pass has to be good for it, right? Are they going to try to go into traffic over here to Jaylee Winters? Fader's there, Drevniak's behind. Now they just go full heat. Kubik Banks, big swing and big moments.
Like she was doing back for the University of Nebraska on her way to the NCAA finals.
Francis comes in again up front. My goodness, we've been sitting at set point one way or the other for quite a while. I mean, that's a problem for them. Right?
Yeah, that's where you go back to the server and say, hey, just give it all you got. If you miss, it's okay.
Yeah, exactly. Drew's out of the front court now, kind of a phew. We've seen Ronnie Jones-Perry take heat away. Into the net on set point. Second consecutive missed serve for Salt Lake.
Long conversation from Justine Wong-Orantes before that play. This ball going to RJP.
And do you set Drews coming up the middle from the back court? Let's see. Picked up, it's gonna be Kubik Banks, it's tight. She jams it down, couple of chicken wings. Too low for Francis. Here comes RJP, no touch.
And this is the rotation where Salt Lake City, very predictable. You know where they're going. They only got 2 front offense. They haven't gone to Casanova very much.
And that's why I'm asking about Drews up the middle. Omaha, set point number 7. Oh, I thought that was going in the net. Jaylee Winters gives the set. It's out.
Pretty good set from Winters. Kubik Banks wants that one back, right? That was the first out-of-system swing she's missed here tonight.
10th tie this set, and that really says something. This is Omaha led so much of the time. There's the connection with Francis.
21-year-old. Turned in her papers, getting ready to finish out her undergrad career, and along the way, look, Mom, I'm a pro.
Yeah, exactly. This is how she's spending her spring break from Stanford. Kubik Banks serving. Set point number 8. It does it. Omaha outlasts Salt Lake. I don't know if that builds confidence for Salt Lake that they came back from 7 or crushes them that they couldn't close. That is the longest set in League One volleyball history. What a set it was. Omaha with big leads, and then Salt Lake chasing it down, closing it up. Had a couple of set points themselves in the end. Omaha outlasts.
How is possible, Flaca? Yeah, I was thinking like, no, I do the test and that's all. I get the driver license, and she's like, no, it's the permit. Because it's the first time driving in America and you guys have 5 lines, so I don't know where I am. Why you spike good?
Because I have little fluffies.
Yeah. Nice, Twinnie. Manami! Defense, Manami! Tamaki, push! Nice!
Yeah, okay.
You wanna...
Okay.
Are you strong?
Yes.
Okay. How you dance when you make a point?
Wiggle.
Yes, she's learning.
Katie Casanova, so much fun. I do not want her on the road if she doesn't know where she is with our line there, but she is a hoot and she is fire.
And the question will be, is she still staying on the court? And we're getting the answer right now because Skylar Fields coming in to play opposite.
It's exactly the lineup you suggested. Keeping
Now
Poulter
we'll see if it works,
Fields
right?
together. On the other side, no changes for Omaha. Generally speaking, Skylar Fields loves these moments, and she does not squander them. Must-win set for Salt Lake. There's a kill over there, and then there's also a collision on the right side. Fields and Poulter.
Yeah, and when you're someone like Poulter who missed last professional season with a knee injury, this is the kind of stuff that's scary, and the whole crowd went a little quiet.
Yeah, and Fields a little mortified for a moment. Jaylee Winters, tough ball, somehow gets it done.
And on that play where she fell, it looked like her ankle kind of buckled a little bit, and
that's not good.
we'll be seeing how much mobility she has early on.
Pass is good. Dixon. There's just no extra in Tori Dixon,
It's
right?
very efficient.
Yeah.
Yeah, Jordan Poulter, you can see she has a lot of confidence in Tori Dixon. Big plays, big situations.
Yeah, why not, right? Tori Dixon's been doing very well. Nope, comes down on the same side of the net. Tori Dixon with 4 blocks, 4 kills.
She jumps so early. So if you're playing defense against her on the other side, if you're blocking, you almost got to take yourself out of the play and only focus on her, or else you're going to be too late.
3 unanswered points by Salt Lake. Fields from the backcourt. Too much.
And that was the question, because that's her first swing from behind the 3-meter line. Took in a good aggressive swing. Still playing well within herself. You used that word, composure, right? Looks very confident, composed.
Again, no libero on the floor in that rotation, taken advantage of and recognized by Omaha.
Jaylee Winters has had some really interesting off-speed shots. She did the little waterfall shot off the wrist. That time she does the power dink. Some different looks. Love it.
Kirsten Bernthal Booth was telling us that when she was a freshman at Creighton, somebody was interviewing her and she said, I just win. That's what I do. And she was mortified. And then Kirsten said, but actually, that's what she does. She just wins. There's Fields' second attack from the backcourt successful.
Yeah, one of the mental coaches I got to work with the U.S. Olympic Committee, Michael Gervais.
Oh, yeah.
And one of the things he says, confidence is just knowing that you belong.
Oh, I love that. Michael Gervais also says mental toughness at the heart of it is optimism, knowing things are going to work out. Off the block and out. We're seeing a reinvigorated Salt Lake team.
Danny Drew's playing defense. Skylar Fields taking big swings. Serena Gray getting involved as well.
A 6-1 run by Salt Lake.
Last time in this rotation, RJP block fader on the slide. And that time she hits out, right? Getting in front of her.
Gets in your head a little sometimes, right? Don't get blocked, don't get blocked. And I might want to know what Tama Miyashiro said between sets. So does Susie Fritz. She calls a timeout there to stop this run. 7-1 Salt Lake run. It's a must-win set for Salt Lake. They come out of the gate strong.
Ali, you're doing your hair so beautifully. Does that mean you forgive me?
I'll try. I mean, you were only
What was it, 2 hours late?
About 1 and 45 minutes.
It's okay. I've already told Dad. You don't have to worry about
Oh my gosh, you didn't tell him.
it. You said forgive you. You didn't say don't tell anyone. So, pick one.
Okay, baby, let's go. You're done.
It's time to hoop anyways.
Yeah, not yet. I love you. So get them.
Wow, what a rally. This is the kind of volleyball that we expect to see and love. It's a record. What a finish.
League One Volleyball is presented by Adidas and by Love Finals, where the first League One Volleyball champion will be crowned. Join us April 10th, 11th, and 13th at the KFC Yum Center in Louisville. Tickets are now on sale. Go to LOVBfinals.com for more details. Besides winning the first ever title, they get the first ever trophy, and it is exquisite. This Love Championship trophy has been on display via whistle-stop tour throughout the country. It's been so popular with fans of all ages. We've had the opportunity to pose with the sterling silver Tiffany trophy. It's 21 inches tall, weighs a mighty 13 pounds, and the winning team at the League One Volleyball Finals will get to take home this beautiful piece of Tiffany hardware on April 13th. That eggshell blue box makes my heart sing. Like right after Winters, driving out from the back court, Manami Kojima's got it. All of a sudden, the middle is running the offense. And it works out just great.
You know, so many times we talk about how good our liberos are on defense, but what about our middles? How skilled they are, how they step in and set transition.
That was great. We always say middles want to be a setter because, you know, when you're setting, you're trying to push them out of the way, but a very confident Serena Gray. Out to Winters with Gabby Blossom in. It changes the tempo of the set, as you've talked about. But they are able to get a side out with that change.
Yeah, Blossom just zips it over, right? And she doesn't hold on to it hardly at all. So that thing ricochets quickly.
I don't know that I've ever seen a setter with a faster release. I mean, it's micro how quickly she's holding on to it. Fitzmaurice up front, matched against Skylar Fields. Look for that one. Here it is. Fields up and over. Wow. Ronnie Jones Perry off the block. What in the world got into Salt Lake?
Yeah, we always talk about Madison Skinner being one of the great jumpers in this game, but I'll tell you, Skylar Fields, I'd put her right neck and neck with her. It's effortless.
For sure, she keeps going up and up. So powerful. Over. Back to Fields, kind of chip shots it. Kojima. RJP like a freight train.
Love it. That's the unlock. That's the unlock for this team. Two things, right? Skylar Fields coming in and then getting the BIC going. All of a sudden takes so much more pressure off that left side and makes Omaha have to think about where the ball's going on defense.
Kubik Banks off hands. It's good, it's up. Fitz sends it a little bit long, and it is an 11-2 Salt Lake City run.
Doing everything right and putting a lot of pressure on this Omaha team.
second timeout being used by Susie Fritz really early in this set, so they will have to go it alone for the rest of the set.
So interesting to see how the different coaching staffs manage their timeouts. For Omaha, they have a little bit of a coach's powwow first.
Yep.
And then
Tamamiyashiro, yeah. I'm sorry to cut you off. Tamamiyashiro kind of stands back at first, lets the conversation happen, and then comes in with her nugget.
Good look at the GOAT. She took a lot of swings, put a lot of duty in last night, so getting a little bit of a rest off here tonight early in this match.
Yep. Well, and they haven't needed her either, right? Jaylee Winters has been passing so well. I mean, that's one of the things that Jordan Larson brings to this team.
Passing an in-system offense. The numbers are pretty good.
Yeah. And down, first kill for Fitzmaurice.
She's got quite the accolades at the collegiate level. 3 national championships along the way.
Well, there's that. Fields slowed down by the block. Sets too low for Sammy Francis in the middle. Heavy root. There's your Stanford block, past and present. Adriana Fitzmaurice and Sammy Francis, who's still a Stanford student.
And that's the biggest block in Love,
Yep.
right? 6'6" plus 6'6". That's 13 feet of blocks.
Yep, makes Kevin Hambley's heart sing, no doubt. Kojima, come on now.
Look at the pursuit from Kojima. Like a center fielder out in the gap.
There is nothing Manami Kojima cannot do.
All right, you could see her doing like playing baseball. She could play like shortstop.
Man, you should see her play in Asia. The crowd loses their mind for her. Originally from Japan, fans all over that continent.
Yeah, said she wanted to come and play in the U.S. because she had so much respect for the way that athletes like Kelsey Robinson-Cook and Jordan Larson carried themselves and wanted to learn that American style.
One of the challenges for her first coming was finished a 2.5-hour practice, and she's like, is that it? Because the Japanese style, they were all day long. Everybody's like, you're good. You've gotten enough reps. It's like, wow. Skylar Fields, nice and high, off the block and out.
It's fun to see how Kojima interacts with her team, right? Because everyone respects her ability. Everyone respects her work ethic, the extra hours spending watching video, and you can see she's become a leader, even though English isn't really her great fortitude.
Nope. No, and Miyashiro said for Kojima, she's become a little bit of a leader, and that was surprising. Miyashiro's going to call a challenge. Five-point lead for Salt Lake. And a must-win set. Is there a block touch? Is that what they're checking, or is it this that they're checking in the back court?
Definitely not at the net.
No. I think it's off of Ronnie Jones-Perry. Look for rotation of the ball. Does it change at all?
I think she's too late. I think she wanted to dig it, but it was coming so quickly. She's too late. And that's the call.
Yeah. Well, yeah. Fields serving, and Mirror image of the last set. Now Salt Lake +7.
In my gym, when you serve under the net like that, you bring donuts for the rest of the team at the next practice.
Oh, that's nice.
Not sure what the rules are at Salt Lake City.
What's your favorite kind of donut?
Pretty basic. Maybe something with some cinnamon on it.
Boring. Oh, Jordan Poulter on Sammy Francis. The experience. Sammy Francis has had 1 week of practice with this professional team.
Jordan Poulter looking over at Skylar Fields going, hey, love the hustle, rookie, but
you can't get that.
It's a long match.
Yeah. Everybody stay healthy.
Al Skates used to do that at UCLA.
He'd say what?
He'd catch you before you go jumping through bleachers.
Oh, there you go. Mike Amaya used to love to jump through bleachers.
He'd just go over.
Yeah. There, Omaha, a little success.
Right, there's the battles and then there's the wars, and Jordan Poulter going like, hey, that's a little skirmish over here. Let's focus on the big battle over in the middle.
Francis, perfect pass. And now we're seeing that familiar hesitation from Ronnie Jones Perry, and then letting the arm fly.
Yeah, this team is running on all cylinders right now. You can see they're feeling it. And as I watch Skylar Fields, you know, you think Madison Skinner's in the mix, Jordan Thompson obviously in the mix, but Skylar Fields have that like an outside shot for one of those spots in LA 28. You kind of think so, right?
She certainly has it in her sights. And again, she has moved to the opposite, like Madison Skinner, you know, when she was an outside player in college, outside hitter. Out.
Fields from an athletic family. Older sister played at North Carolina, Texas A&M. Younger brother played basketball at Troy, and her father played football at Clemson.
Off hands, Danny Drews makes that dig and just smiles. So happy about it. Ball is out, no touch. Outside to Fields. Big swing, gets it off of Justine Wong-Orantes.
And such a strength for both Skinner and Fields is because they've played a little left side along the way. They feel very confident out on the left side. They take big swings on the right.
Yeah, that's not always the case when an opposite is over that way. Wow. Rodriguez bringing that back into play. Very impressive serve receive.
This was an ace against nearly anyone. Was looking the opposite direction, throws an absolute slider to the opposite court. Great reaction there from Rodriguez. The communication on every play, right? As that 56-mile-an-hour fastball's flying through, you could hear 3-4 different players on Omaha all giving the out call.
Yep.
In the blink of an eye.
Yeah, you don't want to keep Ronnie Jones Perry on the back line any longer than you have to. Fields off the block again. Salt Lake, first one to 20.
Asked her a lot about how you keep jumping higher and higher. And she said, the key, Anne-Marie, you got to fire the small muscles. Everyone focuses on the big muscles. Take care of the small muscles.
That's what she said. Every muscle on her looks big and strong. I wonder what she thinks the small ones are. That's really interesting.
Says it's the quick twitch. She does a lot of plyos, a lot of box jumps. She could just talk on and on. I swear she's got a jump vert PhD.
Yeah, and she uses it. Serena Gray serving. 8-point lead. Largest we have seen in this match by either team. Once in a while.
Smart play, right? And there's a red light that goes on in the back of her head every time Kojima's off the court, right? And then it says like, hey, opportunity, awareness alert.
Yeah, and you usually see a setter dump when it's tight to the net. You know, they're up there. Nope. Tori Dixon through the block.
And Jordan Poulter showing you her mastery well off the net there. I don't know if I love this. Right there, going to the 6-2, they have all the momentum in the world. Got a lot of mojo. I guess you get a little rest for your people. This should be enough of a lead to close it.
We'll find out. Casanova up front. Tamaki Matsui serving. Casanova, one-arm stab, but couldn't be controlled.
That's the thing about volleyball, right? All sports in general, it's the momentum and the shifts and the swings. And when you got the momentum, you want to go fast and furious.
I do wonder, too, since they have such a large lead, you know, if they're wanting, like Poulter, they need to go 5, obviously, if they're going to win. So give a little bit of recovery time. Poor pass.
And the counterpoint to that is like everything was just so effortless. Everything was just so fluid. And now all of a sudden, it's a little sticky.
Here it goes again. Casanova, balls down. It's been a 4-point run.
Wow.
And so with that, Tama Miyashiro will call her first timeout of the set. Let's take a look at some of the work that Skylar Fields has done. She has 11 kills on 25 swings. Ready? No errors.
Love it. Just making good decisions. Young, up and rising opposite. She can do it on the left. She can do it on the right side. She's put up a monster block as well, front row and back. And I love the composure. I love the confidence. It's been an easy listening radio.
Oh, I like that.
Elevator music. She's just so effortless.
Yeah, they've really relied on her in the first set. She played just sparingly, got 5 sets. But Fields in the second. Is that a Rice Krispie treat? I think it is. Had 12 sets as they started to rely on her more. What a beautiful pass. And Casanova converts. Salt Lake just 2 points away from extending this match to a 4th set.
She's got the bling, huh?
Winters, another good pass. Recycled. Justine wong-orantes on top. Matsui gets just enough. I get what Winters was trying to do.
Great defense on both sides. Set point here.
Pass is good. Winters delays satisfaction. It'll be set point number 2. Haiti Casanova, 2 wide. a long way to go. Salt Lake set point number 3. Outside, Ronnie Jones Perry, ripper, and that does it. Salt Lake with a great third set response. We head into the 4th, a totally different Salt Lake team that we saw. Last night, Jaylee Winters inserted in at the end of the match, was powerful. Today, she has continued the domination.
Done it with creativity. She's done it with power. I love the facial reactions. I love the joy. She's an athlete that wears her heart on her sleeve, and because of it, the good times are oh so good.
Yeah. Well, and key for them is if Winters is passing well, and she has been. Yesterday, you mentioned it, they tried to hide her a little bit when she came in. This time, she's been in more of a groove.
Something I can relate to from my times at UCLA, passing next to one of the greats in the world, Eric Sullivan, longtime U.S. libero. He would start off, head coach of Team USA. He would start off in the center of the court, and then as they served me more and more balls, I'd be standing on the sideline, and he'd be, you know, an arm's length away.
It's good to have a friend like that.
We all need friends.
You just go ahead. Yeah, now newly named for the cycle, the United States women's head coach, and you will see a lot of players that are in League One volleyball playing with the national team. Half the national team, you know.
Maybe more.
Well, I was going to say, it plays in Volleyball Nations League this summer, and Eric Sullivan will be taking the team all over the world for that. 10 of 13 Olympians from the Paris Olympic Games play in League One. This is the best of the best, including that woman, Jordan Poulter. To the middle, Sammy Francis' ball is just long. No, it was not. I guess reversed, it was down. Excuse me. Susie Fritz wanted Lara Dykema to go to her middles more often after last night's match. Solo slowed down.
And this is that point in the match, right, where Salt Lake City comes in, haven't played in 9 days.
Yeah.
Some of the rust is off, and on the other side, you got a team that went to the edge and beyond last night in a 5-set thriller.
Here comes Jaylee Winters with the pass. You feel like you gotta guard against frustration at this point, like watching Dykema's expression change when that other ball dropped. Winters. That was created by Jordan Poulter's serve.
A long conversation here led by Justine Wong-orantes. Yeah, when I think of this Omaha team, I think they're more experienced, a little more veteran. They kind of pace themselves a little bit better, maybe.
Jaylee Winters. There she goes. She's got great experience too internationally, having played in France, Greece, Spain. She says she loved playing overseas, but she's loving this experience, and her sister has a 1-year-old, so she's playing auntie. Shut down, Serena Gray and Ronnie Jones-Perry.
Maybe not loving that experience quite as much.
Yes.
That's a different one. This is a little bit more intimidating one. Serena Gray, just perfect timing, the vision, watching through the net so that you're pressing over the net right as they're attacking.
Down the line, ace serve with eat.
And she broad jumps so far into the court. She's hitting it, man, instead of the normal 30 feet from behind the net. She's probably about 25 feet by the time she's getting it. Like a pitcher who really leans into their throw to home plate.
Yeah, and Jaylee Winters was there, took a good look at. She thought it was going to go wide, so she pulled her hands back at the last second. There, Dykema finds the floor.
Now, Drevniak's been very quiet the last couple of sets, and I think that she's someone who got a little rest, should be ready to go. Take up a little bit more duty and responsibility on the offensive category.
To the middle. Gray was open.
And she's feeling it, shaking her head. You can't stop me. Not sure what she said, but that's what her body language said.
There you go. Well, and to your point, it's been really slow for Drevniak. Let's see what they can do. Poulter back to Skylar Fields. Drevniak steps in with the dig. That's a big block.
Yeah, I think we focus so much on the Fields offense, but the block is just as important for what she's brought to this team.
Yeah, next to Tori Dixon.
Especially on an Omaha team that's been very left heavy here tonight, which isn't always the case, right? There's been times where they had some injuries on the left side and they were really middle heavy through a lot of the middle part of the season.
Omaha certainly needs to be careful here and not let this get so far out of control with Salt Lake like it did in the last. Right now, Salt Lake doubling up Omaha in the score. Drevniak sitting in it, digging Fields again. Ronnie Jones-Perry, I love that set. Behind Poulter.
It's like a freight train coming right up the middle of your screen. And there's that broad jump again. Take a look at that, right?
Yeah.
Almost lands underneath the net.
Yeah, everything that she is pushing forward then creates that heat. Drevniak again. She's lining up well on Fields. Unable to get hands.
It's crazy how quickly the tides can turn, right? Like,
yeah.
This is a Salt Lake team that couldn't get any offense going for the first 2 sets, and then all of a sudden they're unstoppable.
I think your point about shaking off the rust from a 9-day rest has happened, and we're seeing Salt Lake City looking and feeling pretty darn comfortable right now. Omaha, though, with the edge, leading this match 2-1.
Wow, what a rally. This is the kind of volleyball that we expect to see and love.
NCAA women's volleyball has never been more electrifying. The action is non-stop. The energy is explosive. Experience the intensity live. Sign up for pre-sale news and more at ncaa.com/volleyball.
Welcome back, 4th set action, Salt Lake City and Omaha. Salt Lake City had a slow start, set number 1. It kind of picked it up in 2, 1 and 3, and now, oh my gosh, it's anybody's match.
How's your artwork skills?
Not as good as those. Not as, seriously. I'm a one-trick pony, pretty much. Ready, set, Rodriguez, wherever we go. Early timeout called by Susie Fritz. Skylar Fields, after the timeout, lets it fly. Emily Thader will be serving. Sammy Francis back in up front. This has been challenging for Omaha after a strong start. A little friendly chatter between Dykema and Poulter over through the net. Drew's off the block.
Oh, I thought I saw a putty tap.
I did too.
And the poker face of Jordan Poulter, is she going to keep them from going to the challenge?
Yeah, she is.
I think she did. I think she just bluffed.
Yep. Yep.
Shook her heads.
Well, and
eye contact made.
I didn't see Omaha's players begging Susie for it either, and she has to trust on the other side of the court from where she is. They made it right.
Where do you fall on the spectrum in terms of the ball never lies?
I'm a 100% believer, Kevin, because it does not lie. Just live your life right, tell the truth, or the ball will do it for you.
Wow, you just took that into a moral point of view.
Absolutely. I'm just shocked and dismayed. I don't know whether she touched it or not. Trouble, great serve. Omaha down by 4. They'll go after Ronnie Jones Perry again, we would presume. And she moves completely out of the way. to do that. I mean, she was off the court the second they talked.
First person I saw do that on a regular basis was Eric Shoji, now the U.S. team libero, but back at Stanford on their way to the national championship, he would push people out all the time.
Picked up. Popped down. We want to show you what we were talking about there in terms of Manami Kojima freeing up Ronnie Jones-Perry. See how she's completely off the net. No intention of passing that ball.
Smoke and mirrors, right?
Yeah.
Now you see me. Now I'm going to go out and hit.
It's funny when you talk about Eric Shoji. During a match I was calling for the national team, another player who shall remain nameless went to complain to John Spross saying, Eric jumped in front of me to pass that ball. And John, it was hilarious. He just goes, well, he is the best libero in the world, so how about you go hit the ball? And that was the end of the conversation. Got a hand on it. Dykema brings it back. Ronnie Jones-Perry, huge block. No problem.
Smart swing. All right, they've kept in Fitzmaurice on that right side. How much versatility does she have? She's played outside, middle, and opposite. And if you look at those three, that's a really large block, and she did a good job of painting the edges.
Missed opportunity for Omaha, and here comes Fields. Skylar Fields did not start the first set. Did not start, I don't think, the second set either. And they made that change, and she has really been a part of it. And here's Omaha taking their second and final timeout of this set. Took their first one when they had 4 points, second one at 8 points.
Last night, Jaylee Winters was the game changer for this Omaha team. If you're Susie Fritz and you look down the bench, there's not another Jaylee Winters on the bench. You got it. Maybe Jordan Larson you could bring in.
Yeah, Jordan doesn't look like she's coming in. I mean, she's had her t-shirt on the whole time. Where else could you find a game changer there? You don't have any other middles to do.
Got to go back to the portal.
Yeah.
See who else has got spring break coming up.
Yeah, right. That's the quarter system. School's on the quarter systems. Down by 6. Omaha, Thader, Fitzmaurice, and Winters up front. It's the unforced errors. Here's Ronnie Jones-Perry. Kojima sitting in it to dig it. Here's Danny Drews. Kojima cover. Fields takes away her heat, and it is Fitzmaurice picking that up. Uh-oh. She turned it out. That's frustrating.
It's frustrating trying to put a ball down against Kojima, right?
Yeah.
She's just everywhere. You get a block. She's covering you.
Yeah, overcorrection by her. Fitzmaurice coming in to dig that ball.
I don't mind that attempt, actually, in this situation. You got a big lead. This is one where you want to calibrate a little bit, try some new things. Yep. She hits the jump serve so hard. If she can get a little change-up jumpy, that'll be a dynamic addition.
Yeah, pull the string. Here's Lexi Rodriguez. Solid pass, which is a good recovery from that mistake. side of the antenna. Point will be Salt Lake's.
You can see Dykema politicking her, pleading her case before the judge, and he just goes, hey, ask for a challenge.
Oh, there it is.
Yeah, go ahead and ask for one. I don't think they got one in.
Kubik Banks pass. She's been quiet as of late. They have not been getting the ball to her. Whereas Ronnie Jones-Perry has lit up.
It's one of those players, she's just such a ball of energy early on. There's almost like too much tension. Once she gets later in a match, all of a sudden she finds that sweet spot.
Yeah, had 6 kills in the last set, has 4 in this one. Drews, Doug. Salt Lake is rolling now, doubling up Omaha, steamrolling towards a 5th set. Omaha coming off a win last night after a 9-match losing streak. Reverse sweep would be a soul crusher at this point for them. Jaylee Winters using her head.
She's got the changeup.
Yeah.
She's got the fastball. You got to have a fastball in order to have a changeup, but she's got both of them. Get them on their heels. Hit that roll shot. And once again, that was when Kojima was out on the sideline. These
the awareness.
Next level, right? Like you look through the net before each play and say, hey, what does the defense look like? What's available?
Feed Fields. Over dig, go back to her. No, Dixon. She get hands? She did. Got Tori Dixon a little bit there. Has the change, Kevin, in your mind been something that Omaha is doing or something that Salt Lake started doing late in the 2nd set and into the 3rd?
Yeah, Skylar Fields started doing it, right? I think that really was the unlock. It brought a lot of offense. And then all of a sudden you got the balance where you bring in a right side attacker. Then the left sides get a little less attention. They get a little bit more space to breathe.
Tamamiya Shiro bringing in some more defensive backup. This is Mary Lake, who was a libero for BYU in place of Skylar Fields. You lose her D-ball, but you have more defense. And Poulter and Dixon combine for a block.
Yeah, I think Mary Lake Bennett in an interesting story, right? Retired from international play in 2019, started a family, 1-year-old boy Tommy, and hasn't played since. And now all of a sudden a chance to play professionally in her hometown.
There's a few mothers in this league. Nicole Fawcett, Carly Lloyd. We're having a substitution that we haven't seen for Omaha with Amber Stivrins coming in.
Interesting.
Yeah, we have not seen her, so. Send it back, Fader.
And such a smart move, because that's exactly the shot that Ronnie Jones-Perry hit on her prior 2 swings. That area 1 swing back to the left back. Nice dive.
Looking for that corner. Manami Kojima read it. Dang, Tori.
Such a good set, and what it allows Dixon to do is she can pick it off earlier. She can wait all the way until it goes past that end blocker. Find a little space.
Stivrins took a big swing. She would have to. It is set point. Salt Lake City. For Stivrins, that's her first swing of the season. Here's her second, does a nice job off hands. First time she's seeing action.
2024 graduate from San Diego, had stints at Louisville and Georgia along the way. A little visit to High Line.
And you said they were looking for making a change, any kind of fresh blood. This is still set point Salt Lake. It's up. Ball is long. Omaha stays alive to face Salt Lake. Set point number 3. Dixon seals the deal as Salt Lake has successfully pushed this to a 5th set. 5th set coming up only to 15. Omaha needs something adjusted.
I got blood, sweat, and tears. I sacrifice.
Kevin, bring us up to date on our Adidas scouting report.
Yeah, Omaha's passing's been really good, and that's without Jordan Larson, who hasn't played tonight. On the other side, Gray and Dixon have done a fabulous job of filling that void for Salt Lake City. And then the rest versus rust. That's been the tale of the tape. 2 sets of rust where Omaha was much more effective offensively, and then Salt Lake has started to let that rest really pay off, and they're starting to dominate with fresh legs, fresh arms, and fresh souls.
Yeah, and they have shut down Omaha's offense, only 17 kills through these last 2 sets. What does Omaha need to do right now to regain their composure?
Here's what you're hoping if you're Susie Fritz. You're hoping that your veterans, and they've got a number of experienced players, saved up a little extra in the tank for one last sprint to 15. Right, 15, 5th set, anything can happen. It's a sprint. The rest of the match has been a marathon. Who's got the kick left?
I think you really nailed it with rest versus rust, because I feel like we saw that rust early on for Salt Lake. And you've mentioned it, making that change to Skyler Field kind of ignited things within Salt Lake. They are, of course, starting with that same lineup, and Jordan Larson is on the floor for Omaha. There is the change, a number 10, greatest of all time, perhaps Jordan Larson going to have a quick conversation with her Olympic teammate, Jordan Poulter, who's fired up to see her out there. That, you talk about like micro changes, and then there's a massive change. Drop the bomb, and look at that smile.
Oh, man.
Oh, I love it.
That's a confident smile.
It sure is. Starting with Larson in the left front to get her maximum time across the front. RJP unloads.
I think if you're Omaha, I think you have to serve RJP the rest of the way. You got to put her under a little bit of discomfort. You got to stress her out, maybe some short serves as well. She's playing very loose right now.
And if you're just joining us, RJP that we refer to as Ronnie Jones-Perry, the player in 12 on the Yellow Salt Lake side. And here goes the governor, Jordan Larson, who's an excellent defender in the backcourt.
And server.
Immediately goes at Ronnie Jones-Perry. Skylar Fields gets it done.
Easy listening. Effortless. But jumping through the gym and swinging high, hitting good angles, playing really smart.
I'm watching who they're serving, and they move Jaylee Winters right off the floor. They're going to pass with 2.
And I'm telling you, Omaha's pressed the nitrous. They're celebrating bigger, they're higher energy. This is a race for who can get a good start and get a few points of a lead early in this set.
Poulter to the middle, overcorrection by Serena Gray. It's out. Omaha takes the first lead since set number 2. What do you think Sammy Francis is saying right now? She's playing next to Jordan Larson.
I belong.
Right, I love it. Francis does indeed give a nice lift to the ball. That ball is out from Jaylee Winters.
You know, one of the Omaha players coming in and getting some run, right, has been Fitzmaurice, who's come in and done some good things as well.
Yep, and she's up there right now. Winters starting to move a little bit. There's a first pass from Larson. Jaylee Winters keeping it in against a huge block. Back again, over the top of the block goes Skylar Fields.
Talked about Fitzmaurice, talked about Dykema. Sometimes there's a little traffic here, and in this play you see a little bump in the right side of your screen, and Dykema getting Fitzmaurice out of the way, saying, hey, let me go do my job here. You gotta fight your claim for that second attempt.
Going right at Jaylee Winters, and it is an ace. Okay, so what do you do here, Kevin? Are you gonna have Jordan Larson push her over? We'll see. First things first, Susie Fritz calls an early timeout.
That's a great question, and I think the answer is no. And here's the problem. Jones-Perry's hit a lot of different spots in the court. I don't think she has that accuracy where everyone's going at Jaylee Winters, so I think you got to kind of trust your 3-person passing.
Yeah, taking a look at this one, Jaylee Winters thought that this was going long. She might have hoped it. Nearly took her head off.
And you see how far in the court. She's like 3 or 4 feet in front of Larson, in front of Rodriguez. And with this jump serve, I think you got to back up a little bit. Got to give yourself a little bit more time.
When you get somebody who's got a hammer of a serve, and you've got this is what they live for, whether it's Micah Hancock or Ronnie Jones-Perry, they live for this kind of pressure and energy.
Hard to do it after a long timeout, though.
But Justine Wong-Orantes' perfect pass, misconnect on the set, but it's good enough. Better to miss high than low.
Yeah, and Salt Lake had the full commit coming on Fader there, and she felt it. She felt the block in front of her. Made a really good decision to tip and go off speed there.
Lexi Rodriguez enters now. Your backcourt for Omaha. Lexi Rodriguez, Diggs leader all-time at Nebraska. Jordan Larson, 4-time Olympic medalist. And Justine Wong-Orantes, best libero in the Olympic Games. Ball's coming up. Back again. Fields, too much.
Yeah, and you can see the scouting report. They are going after Ronnie Jones-Perry. She's been so effective offensively. They're saying, okay, you're serving tough, you're hitting tough. We're going to make you pass. And they push her out.
Yeah, they tried to get her. Kojima pushed her out. And then an unusual disconnect. Omaha takes the lead in the 5th set. Watch what they do to Ronnie Jones-Perry right here. She just backs way up. Kojima can cover a lot of ground. Rodriguez. Just wide. Locked at 6s.
And here's that pinpoint passing crew.
Omaha is all squeezed over to the right now. Will Serena Gray try to serve into all that traffic? Nope, goes to Lexi, who nails the pass. Tip over the top, picked up by Dykema. Jaylee Winters is gonna have to hit against a big block. Winters, heavy swing.
And you can tell she's tired at the end of that approach. Big broad jump to get to that inside set. Breathing a little bit heavier. Shoulders a little bit tired. She's carried a heavy load for this team, not just tonight, last night as well.
I am watching Jordan Larson just went up and made eye contact with Skylar Fields. Just like, okay, I'm here, you're here, let's go. Off the block and out. We're at 7s, and here comes the sub, Matsui.
But not to set.
No, Matsui coming in to play a little more defense, it looks like, because Poulter is front court. Do you go to Jordan Larson here? Nope. Call your own number.
So smart, right? Because this is a rotation, only 2 hitters, so everyone's focused on the middle, everyone's focused on the outside. And then surprise, surprise. She's been so smart tonight.
Yeah. Jordan Larson greeting Sammy Francis as she enters into front court. Kicked out, some stumbles. Dykema tries to call her own number again. She did not have a middle attacker in, and uh-oh, very slow to get up. Oh no, Sammy Francis. And you see the other middle options for Omaha starting to warm up. Yeah, Chiamaka Wakolu and Adriana Fitzmaurice perhaps warming up. Take a look at this collision. She steps on a foot, and that's it.
Wow, and you're Susie Fritz and
the middles for Omaha.
the carousel, right?
Yeah.
Keeps on going.
Have had just bad luck. Now, Chiamaka Wakolu played for Pittsburgh. She came in just a couple of weeks ago. She's the all-time career hitting percentage at Pitt. Ronnie Jones-Perry.
And here's the question, right? She may be the all-time hitting percentage leader at Pitt, but hasn't swung the ball all night long. So you kind of can cross her off, and you think,
yeah,
it's Jordan Larson or Jaylee Winters out of the back row.
Absolutely. Those are your options. Shut down.
And when you got a few options and you've got an experienced blocker like Dixon across the way, you are just in a world of hurt.
Fritz calling her timeout. If you are Omaha.
Yeah, but she has like she doesn't have fields in front of her, so it's not too bad.
You don't have Sammy Francis. You don't have Candelaria Herrera. You don't have Lauren Stivrins.
Use your wrist away.
Just tough choices. And now you're watching Jordan Larson just tapping on Wakolu. Little confidence.
You could bring back Drevniak back in as well, but you would lose Lexi Rodriguez in the back row.
That's a great point, but you would have some more offense. And you wouldn't have that passing necessarily. More from Ronnie Jones-Perry. You know, she was a little wobbly to start this match. Not anymore.
Yeah, and like a shark that smells blood in the water, she's on the attack right now. She's an interesting player. High highs.
Got to go to Larson. And Poulter puts it right back at her.
You got to go to Wokolo on this next play, right? Passing well.
Out goes Larson for Cubic Banks.
Like that.
Front court.
A little more offense.
Yep.
This game's not out of reach.
They test her. She's an excellent passer. Tori Dixon is an excellent blocker. Rodriguez out of nowhere to get that ball. More from Ronnie Jones-Perry. She had 3 kills in the first set, 3 kills in the second set, and then turned it on. 6 in the third, 5 in the fourth. And she's already got 4 here. Salt Lake City 2 points away from the reverse sweep. Salt Lake has 2 more matches in the regular season remaining after this. Omaha only 1 more after this one. Skylar Fields. Good cover. Yeah, Ronnie Jones-Perry, she is the hot hand.
And she's feeling it, and now she can do no wrong, right? She's hitting it early. That time she actually jumped and hit it on the way down.
It is set point for the reverse sweep, Salt Lake City. Chiamaka Wakolu, you called it. Setter. She got it done. Match point, Salt Lake City, number 2. Jaylee Winters, it's on you. Ronnie Jones-Perry wants every bit of this. It's tight. And a net violation as she's trying to chase that. Very tight. Omaha will live for 1 more point. And Tamamiya Shiro going to slow this little roll with a timeout.
I like that. And we got an interesting pit clash in the middle, right? We talked about all night long about Serena Gray. Now we got Wokolo, who's coming on board from pit as well.
Yep, and they did play together to 2 Final Fours. We're just getting started. Coming up next, we've got another big match. It's the hometown team, Austin, who is welcoming in Madison, who's on a 5-match win streak. That's coming up a half an hour after this match, and you can find us on ESPN2 or on ESPN+. Match point number 3. There's Matt Furbringer, head coach of Madison. Trouble. Only knows how to swing big. And it is Serena Gray with the final blow, a reverse Salt Lake. What a comeback. It started in that second set where, despite being down by 7, Salt Lake ground all the way back and took us back to the longest set in League One volleyball history. Here's a look at the current standings. Atlanta has locked up a bye in the finals. Otherwise, Omaha 5 and 10, Salt Lake just improved, and they have 2 more. So finishing third seed for the finals is still within their grasp. Meanwhile, for Omaha, it's a little bit of a soul crusher. They stopped a 9-match losing streak yesterday, had a 5-set win against home team hosts Austin, and then reverse swept. Let's take a look at the action again out of Ronnie Jones-Perry. We talked about her all day long. She finished with 22 kills, always bringing heat on the serve. Ronnie Jones-Perry had 4 aces. And then when she really just mixed up things, and towards the end, she was ripping total power time after time. Ronnie Jones-Perry is standing by right now with Kevin Wong. Our microphone not working, so we'll come back and they're changing it out. Standing by while there is this quick change on the mic. Lexi Rodriguez coming in again, doing the work for Omaha in the backcourt, but they just were decimated. Their middle hitters, especially with the loss of Sammy Francis, was not working. That's a big win for Salt Lake as they head into the back of the season. And Kevin Wong, is your mic all good? Let's go over to Kevin Wong and Ronnie Jones-Perry.
I'm here with Ronnie Jones-Perry. Slow start, but finished very strong. Talk to me about what was going through the team and what you guys were able to do to switch things around towards the latter part of the match.
Yeah, I think we just stayed really patient. We stayed in the present. That's a good team. They played some good defense. So I think, yeah, just us staying together, staying present, and then fighting point by point was what did it for us.
We are nearing the finish line. We're getting close to the championship. So what do you think your team needs to do to kind of come out on top, and what do you feel your chances are?
Yeah, I think there's a lot of good teams in this league. Every team is great on any given day. I like our chances if we can just keep staying present and playing 1 point at a time. It's super cliche, but I really think that when we do that, we're a great team.
Ronnie Jones-Perry showed up today and showed out. Lots of power all around, helping Salt Lake with a reverse sweep over Omaha. But we are not done yet. Coming up next, Madison on a 5-match win streak, taking on hometown hosts Austin. Please join us at the top of the hour on ESPN2 or ESPN Plus for that matchup. So long for now.